Lagos State government set to become Nigeria's largest trade commerce center. World Bank approves over $1 billion for education, others in Nigeria. On the foreign scene, European Union describes United States President's tariff as major blow to world economy as China vows retaliation. And in sport, Nigeria's Super Eagles set to tackle Ghana, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago as organizers unveil details for 2025 Unity Cup in London. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. Lagos State Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture has extended its focus on leveraging entertainment to drive trade as the state's NBC Trade Fair is set to become Nigeria's largest trade and commerce gathering. It is expected to attract an anticipated 5 billion naira in sales, over 220 vendors and 75,000 attendees in 3 days. The fair will take place on Friday, April 11 to 13. Special advisor to the governor on tourism, arts and culture, Idris Aregbe, reaffirmed the government's commitment to supporting local businesses and entrepreneurs in the state with different initiatives. Aregbe stated that the government is actively involved in ensuring that the trade fair arena will be a place where people from different parts of the world can shop right, shop smart, and save costs. Officials of the Lagos State Ministry of Environment have dislodged illegal occupants who had converted the Ojaoba Bridge in the Adeniji-Adile area of the state into apartments. Commissioner for Environment, Wahab Tokumbo, who shared videos of the clearance operation on his X page, said the exercise was aimed at restoring sanity to the area. According to Wahab, bridges are meant to foster smooth movement and ensure orderliness in urban cities such as Lagos. The commissioner added that the ministry would continue to uphold environmental standards while urging residents of the state to play their part in keeping Lagos clean. It would interest you to know that the Lagos State government has continued to clamp down on illegal occupants who erect structures and makeshift buildings under bridges across the state. Minister of Works David Umahi has directed the immediate reopening of the Independence Bridge in Lagos to vehicular traffic. This directive follows the earlier closure of the bridge for planned maintenance and rehabilitation works. Federal Controller of Works Lagos, Olukorede Kesha, in a statement says efforts are currently ongoing to ensure palliative works are carried out on the already open bridge to make it motorable. Kesha expresses regret for the inconvenience caused to the motoring public by the closure and appealed for their understanding and cooperation, adding that the necessary repair works on the bridge would be carried out at a later time. The Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, has cautioned international airlines on the increasing complaints from passengers who were transported halfway to their destinations only to be deported back to Nigeria. The NCAA condemned the practice, emphasizing that it has led to considerable distress for passengers and damaged the reputation of Nigeria's aviation industry. NCAA's Director of Consumer Protection and Public Affairs, Michael Achimugu, in a statement stressed that airlines are responsible for informing passengers of any potential obstacles to their entry before their journey begins. Referring to the Nigeria Civil Aviation Regulations 2023, the NCAA reiterated that airlines and their agents are obligated to inform travelers of any potential entry restrictions before departure. The NCAA stated that in light of these issues, any airline found engaging in such practices will face regulatory action, including fines, suspension of flight operations, and other penalties deemed appropriate. Now to the rest of the stories. The World Bank has approved 3 funding operations for Nigeria, totaling $1.08 billion in concessional financing. The World Bank Country Director for Nigeria, Ndiame Diop, who made this known, said these initiatives aim to improve quality of education, strengthen household and community resilience, and enhance nutrition for underserved groups. Diop said the funding includes $500 million in additional financing for the Nigeria Community Action for Resilience and Economic Stimulus (NG CARES) program, $80 million for accelerating nutrition results in Nigeria, RN 2.0, and $500 million for Hope for Quality Basic Education for All, Hope Edu. He said the NG CARES program will help expand access to livelihood support, food security services, and grants for poor and vulnerable households and communities, while the financing for ANRIN is designed to increase access to quality and cost-effective nutrition services for pregnant women, lactating mothers, adolescent girls, and children under 5 in selected areas. Jeb added that the new funding for Hope Edu is focused on improving foundational learning, increasing access to basic education, and strengthening education systems in participating states. The Enugu State government has asked residents to report any healthcare facility charging for anti-malaria drugs and testing within the next 2 years. Commissioner for Health, Ikechukwu Obi, gave the directive during the official flag-off of the State Malaria Elimination Initiative, supported by the Islamic Development Bank Lives and Livelihood Fund project. Obi revealed that the government has established a whistleblower policy to ensure that malaria treatment remains free. He added the government's efforts were to provide free malaria treatment and testing to ensure healthcare services reach the people. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, have dismissed claims that it has introduced new 5,000 and 10,000 notes, labeling the reports as false. The clarification comes amid widespread misinformation suggesting that the CBN planned to roll out high-denomination banknotes and reduce cash handling costs and improve liquidity management. Some versions of the reports claim that the notes would be introduced on May 1, 2025. The CBN, in a statement posted on X, debunked the rumors, stating that the content is not from the Central Bank of Nigeria, urging the public to disregard the report. Now to foreign news. The European Union has described the imposition of 10% tariff on all imports into the United States by President Donald Trump as a major blow to the world economy. The EU said this is not the act of a friend as China vows retaliation. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer says clearly there will be an economic impact from the 10% tariff on the UK, but promises to respond with cool and calm heads. Trump announced the 10% tariff on all imports into the US on Wednesday, with even higher tariffs for what he calls the worst offenders in a watershed moment for global trade. For decades, Trump has believed tariffs can boost the US economy. Now, sport. The Super Eagles will compete with Ghana, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago for the Unity Cup, scheduled to hold in London between May 27 and 31. According to Ghana Football Association, the tournament, dubbed the Best in the West, the Afro Classical contest, promises thrilling matches, including 2 semi-finals featuring local derbies that will captivate fans. The first semi-final on May 27 will witness a historic clash between Trinidad and Tobago's Soccer Warriors and Jamaica's Reggae Boys as they vie for supremacy in the West Indies. The following day, the Super Eagles will face off against their West African rivals, Black Stars of Ghana, in a highly anticipated clash as both teams fight for bragging rights. The tournament will conclude on May 31 with a double-header featuring 2 matches that will decide the bronze medalists and the ultimate winner of the Unity Cup 2025. The tournament will serve as an opportunity for Super Eagles head coach Eric Chelle to train with and assess his squad ahead of crucial World Cup qualifier games and the upcoming AFCON in December. That is our news at 10. Just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration supported 3,673 businesses with 1.156 billion naira and a plethora of interventions including grants, mentorship, business advisory and capacity building, as well as market access opportunities? Can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, try the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture has extended its focus on leveraging entertainment to drive trade as the state NBC Trade Fair is set to become Nigeria's largest trade and commerce gathering. The World Bank has approved 3 funding operations for Nigeria, totaling $1.08 billion in concessional financing. We also told you that the European Union has described the imposition of a 10% tariff on all imports into the United States by President Donald Trump as a major blow to the world economy as China vows retaliation. And in sport, the Super Eagles will compete with Ghana, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago for the Unity Cup scheduled to hold in London between May 27 and 31. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fabolagun. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.